What's up guys, Zeenigami here, and let's go through the complete Ganfor Coliseum or Ganfall Night Ganfall Coliseum on the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. Round 1 is going to be versus Pierre. Pierre is a Dex character. He doesn't really do anything too fancy. He does cut our health by half, so you can use like a double Blackbeard team with a bunch of health cutters, and then use Blackbeard special to reflect that damage back to you. Or you can also use an Akainu Friend Captain, which is what we're going to be doing, an Akainu Friend Captain with a bunch of strength raid bosses. Use a type booster. You can either use Akainu's type boost, you can also use like Zephyr or any other strength type booster you have. And we are going to be using a Blackbeard Captain just because, like I said, he does, Blackbeard gives us extra health, and we're also using Garp Ship, because Garp Ship also gives us extra health. But you don't need a Garp Ship, you don't need a Blackbeard, you can just use a lot of strength characters and you'll be totally fine. Pierre has 3.1 million hit points. He attacks every 2 turns for 7,100 damage. Once again, below 50%, he'll boost his defense for 3 turns, and he'll also increase his attack. Every other turn, he also will attack for 10,000. He also deals 10,000 damage, not just his regular attack. So actually, all we're going to be doing, we're not going to bother with the 6-star Akainu special. We're going to use Hancock special. We're going to use our affinity boost to give us all matching orbs. Going to be using Kuma boost to give us orb boost. Sure, we'll use Akainu special. You definitely don't need the Akainu special though. This is more damage than he will be able to handle. Awesome, awesome. Start off with Hancock. Doesn't matter what we hit on Hancock as long as it's a good. And wow, he dies. Pretty hard. Round 2 versus Kamakiri. Kamakiri only has 3.7 million hit points. He is also blue, so we're going to be using a Mihawk Zoro slasher team. You could use a double Mihawk slasher team, especially if you have a slasher attack booster like a 3-day 2-year Zoro or a 6-star Zoro of your own. Obviously works great. Kinemon here is totally replaceable, so is Killer. You can swap those out with any 2 characters. However, we are bringing Helmeppo because he will bind our characters. Kamakiri has 3.71 million hit points. He will preemptively cut our health by 4%. He'll also bind those exact 2 characters every time, your bottom left and your middle right. I don't have level 3 anti-bind because I apparently did not plan ahead, so I'm actually going to be using Helmeppo's special to reduce my bind by 3 turns, and then I'm going to pass this turn. Yes, my Zoro will lose a little bit of damage because I didn't kill something last turn, but it's totally worth having my characters back. If you have that with level 3 anti-bind on your characters, that is a much better plan. Now we're going to be using our Zoro to boost our attack. We're going to be using Dofi to boost our orbs. Also going to have orbs like that, so that way Killer can give us matching orbs. Kinemon is only here to help reduce my cooldown, so that way I can go through the earlier stages faster. And at this point, just hit those attacks, and you're good to go. You'll do a lot more damage with this team if you just are able to burst in turn 1, because that's how 6-star Zoro's captain ability works. Round 3 is versus Mont Blanc Noland. Noland is an int character. He has 2.41 million hit points. He has a 5-hit Great Barrier, so you have to hit Greats 5 times. Or we're going to be using the secret, doesn't care about barriers, 6-star Blackbeard. 6-star Blackbeard, make sure you have a striker, a slasher, a shooter, and a fighter. Remember that characters like Magellan, who is a striker and a shooter, count as 2 characters, so when we have Magellan, we don't need a striker or a shooter, although like we already have a second shooter in Hancock. Fighters on Luffy and Sabo, and a slasher on Dofi makes us totally good to go. Noland has 2.41 million hit points, attacks every 2 turns for 8,100 damage. There's the 5-hit Great Barrier for 1 turn. If you have a Speed Jill, you can also use Speed Jill to remove that barrier. We are going to be using Magellan and Luffy and Hancock just to delay. I do have the an orb for Hancock. Sure, let's just burst now. I don't have the Blackbeard special ready. That's totally fine. Hancock will give us a delay. Dofi will move our orbs right here and right here. get a attack boost here, and then we're going to hit a bunch of perfects. Cool beans. And then now we can use our health cut. We could have health cut a long time ago, but this is also something to do. Below 50% he'll clear buffs. So that's whenever you can use like your 5+ Luffy to delay him once again. You can also use Magellan special to delay him. Magellan can also toxic him, but we don't really care that much. If you had the health cut turn 1, obviously he would already be dead. But he's pretty dead, and even if he attacks you below 50%, he does attack you for 16,000 damage when he attacks. But we have enough health to take it anyways. Round 4 is going to be versus Calgara. Calgara is a strength character. He has 5.1 million hit points, and we're going to be using a friend cabbage team. You could totally use a double blue Mihawk slasher team if you like. Mostly because with 2 blue Mihawks, you're going to be cutting his health by half with just 2 specials. So that's going to put a huge dent in his health from right there. Well, with cabbage, one big thing we're going to be doing is we are going to be using Kuma, because on turn 1, Calgara will be giving us all bomb orbs, and Kuma can give us all matching orbs. Calgara has 5.1 million hit points. He attacks every 3 turns for 13,000 damage. So using the Coded Sunny instead of the regular 1000 Sunny is a good way to be able to take an extra hit if you need to. We're going to be using Kuma special to give us all matching orbs, then Mihawk special right there. And we're also going to be using our Enel special for this turn. So that way we're going to get a lot more damage there than just using Cabbage special. You can also use Kizaru special here, but we're going to be saving Kizaru special until after we use Cabbage special. You also can swap out Bellamy with someone else, like you can switch out Bellamy for a Saba or something like that to do some extra damage on your turns. But Cabbage is pretty good. And finally, versus Ganfor. Ganfor is going to have 4 million hit points. He is going to revive, and he's going to rewind int character specials. And he's going to have very high defense, but not much health. You could use someone who deals a good amount of fixed damage, like Coliseum Moria, who deals 300,000 fixed damage. That's more than enough to kill him. He's going to revive to 40,000 hit points, or anything that deals more than that much in one tick or one special is enough to kill him. Or some way to reduce his defense also works, as long as they're not int characters. We're going to be using a double Enel team. You could use the Whitebeard ship instead of the Coded Sunny here. Smoker is going to help us tank some damage on Ganfor while we're letting Magellan poison tick away, and we're going to be bursting down Calgara pretty quickly. Calgara has only 2.2 million hit points now. His health bar still technically goes up to 5.1 million, but he only has 2.2 of that 5.1 million hit points. Remember, he is still going to shuffle our orbs and give us a lot of bomb orbs. We're going to be attacking him for 1 turn. Then we're going to be using a bunch of specials to do a lot of damage to him next turn. Just trying to not get bombed. Remember that you can die to bombs, so when you use a Nell special, it is possible for him to bomb and kill you. I forgot to mention earlier, but every 2 turns he will bind your bottom 2 rows for 2 turns. But if you have level 2 anti-bind, it's not gonna matter. I don't need a phone call right now. We're gonna be using Bellamy special, Kizaru special, and Enel special. Now he will drop our health. That's gonna be okay. You don't need to hit that recovery orb. In fact, if you get him low enough, you can actually just leave him alive. He doesn't attack until it's his turn, and when he does attack, he's going to be attacking for 100,000 damage, but letting it pass the turn will let us heal up a little bit before we actually kill him. And now we'll kill him, so we get that extra turn of healing. Against Ganfor. Ganfor has 4 million hit points. He attacks at first every 2 turns for 4,000 damage. Below 90% he enrages. So here we're going to use Magellan special, and then we're just going to chillax for a little bit. You can look for some recovery orbs if you want to, but you kind of don't really need those recovery orbs. Wait until he gets low enough. Every other turn, he's going to shuffle your orbs, get you Tandem, Recovery, Block, Bomb, and G orbs. So he gave us 1 block and a bunch of G orbs. While he's attacking above 90%, he can't hurt us at all. We will eventually need to do 500,000 damage. Because if we just let... So actually, yeah, I should actually be attacking right now. We have to do 500,000 damage, because if we just let the attacks happen, the poison will push him below 20%, and then he'll attack us for a lot of damage. So you have to get a few decent attack in. So there's 200,000 damage there. Let's get another attack. But you don't want to start attacking too early. You want to let his health stay high so the poison can start ramping up faster, so you don't have to stall as much damage before he actually gets enrages. So here's the enrage. Now that he's enraged, we're going to use Smoker, because he's going to start attacking every single turn for 6,000 damage. Not too much. It's not insane, but 6,000 damage does mean that it is going to start hurting you a little bit as those attacks go on. And like I said, once you do over 500,000 damage or so, then you'll be okay, because 500,000 damage is how much health he'd have left after those poison ticks, and it will push him below 20%. And below 20%, he attacks you for 120,000 damage. You can use a bigger damage reducer, like you can use someone like Isa, who negates all damage from Psi types. Or you can use a combination of like Enel and Khalifa, who will reduce or negate all damage as long as you're below 10%. And the next damage tick should kill him. So we can burst right here. We can use that special. Oh, we could use our Enel special too, but yeah, I don't feel like it. We'll just use the Kizaru special. And boom, 1.5 million damage kills him. Inazuma's will also work anything that reduces damage over a huge threshold. After he revives, he's going to heal to 40,000 hit points. He's going to boost his defense to 600,000 hit points. And he's going to increase the cooldown or rewind the specials of all int types for 1 turn, so you can't use an int special to kill him. But he's still poisoned, so he's still going to take 1.5 million hit points. And he is dead. So Ganfor is not the most important character to farm. If you don't farm him, that's totally fine. But what he does... No, that's not Gan. Ganfor is a Psi Striker character. Just Striker, has no second class. His max stats go up to 2,100 health, 1,200 attack, and 2,222 recovery. His captain ability boosts the attack of strikers by 2 times and heals 5 times his recovery at the end of each turn. And his special ability reduces your crew's health by 60%, deals 8 times the amount of health that you lost in type of damage to all enemies, and boosts the attack of strikers by 1.75 times for 1 turn. So if you want to, you can use him as a decent tanky striker captain. That is going to be, if you give 100 recovery candy to him, that's going to be about 1,500 to heal per turn, just from his captain ability, and also 2 times attack for strikers. But mostly you're just going to be using him if you want to reduce your health and also boost the attack of strikers. There are some times that you want to do that, and also times when you want to use a Psi striker booster, so you can't use your int Aokiji, for example. I've been Zeenigami, thank you so much for watching, good luck, and y'all stay beautiful.